just sat down at the 5-10 no limit hold'em table. All new players for me here. I got ace 10 suited in the big blind, and of course I'm gonna defend it. Flopping an ace, usually I check. I will do that now as well. I should have the best hand, really. Bets out 60, the pot is 72 before the flop. I call. An innocent 3 on the turn. I'm gonna check it again. 130. This is a kind of tough situation. It feels like can have ace jack here. I'm gonna call one more. And I really don't know how this player is playing, and there's not a lot of draws out there. Came a flush draw on the turn, but I'm gonna check it again. I have a bad feeling about this, and I don't think I can. Okay, it was like the best case scenario for me. It felt like ace jack on the turn, but then a jack came on the river, and yeah, ace 10 was more plausible on the river maybe, but 50-50 chance. Yeah, I don't think I would have called the river bet there. 7-3 on the button. Minimum raise from that guy. I'm gonna go ahead and try to steal it. Hope Bob 2506 to my left doesn't make a move. And like I've said before, I use many times I re-raise minimum raises because it's not very often a very good hand, so it's a good way to steal small pots. A little bit of problem here with the small stack to my left. If it picks up like ace 10, he will shove on me and I will have to call it with 7-3 suited, but you have to do it sometimes, and maybe like 35% to win the pot anyway, so it's okay. Another minimum raise. So now there's 2 short stacks and 1 medium stack at the table, and the medium stack doesn't seem to be the best player, minimum raising and stuff like that. Now another minimum raise from Bob. Queen jack suited. Have to call. Flops the top pair, and I can't see how I can let this hand go really. If he bets the flop. If an ace comes on the turn there, I probably will slow down, but now I have to assume I have the best hand. I'm gonna bet 35, the pot is 40. It could have been an option for me to bet out on the flop there. It's a good play. If you flop like a pair or a draw or anything, you can bet out into the raiser, and if you mix it up by both betting when you have a pair and you bet like flush draw or straight draws, the other players is in a very tough situation when you bet out, because they miss the flop most of the time, and if they see you bet out with any kind of hand, you will be in a good position to steal many pots on the flop. And I also think it's a good way to control the pot size on the flop, because if you only have the top pair, if you check raise, I think you get a little bit too much money in the pot by check raising on the flop, because you only have top pair, and if he comes over the top again, it's usually trouble for you. But if you bet out on the flop and he raises you, it's not that much money in the pot, and he can be raising you just to make a move on you if you bet into the raiser. So I think it's a play that has a lot of advantages. Ace 4 in the big blind. If the button raise is there, I will fold it, but now the small blind raise and I have position on him, so I'm gonna call him. Pretty bad flop for me, but Rick James checks, and now I'm gonna go for a stab here. I don't know if it's the tricky type, but the flop looks dangerous for many players. If you don't have a diamond there, it's a very dangerous flop to continue playing at. So when he checks, pretty much says take the pot to me. Now it's only four-handed. It's 3 full buy-ins, and that's play life to my left. Ace queen. Raise to 35. Ace queen suited. And yeah, of course I will take, if someone re-raises to 120 or something, I will call him. 4-betting before the flop with ace queen is not a favorite play for me, but some players do it, but I think you get into a lot of trouble by 4-betting. And by 4-betting I mean, if I raise now and another guy re-raises me, then if I re-raise him again, it's 4-betting. And ace queen is not a good hand to do that with, I think, because you can be up against ace king, and the only time I think it's okay, we can leave it for now. Now I have 9-10 suited, not a good flop, but an ace is a scare card, and I will bet an ace. Here's the check raise, and of course this is it for me. But like I said about the ace queen, the only time I will 4-bet it is when I see a player really pushing his chips around all the time, and I really don't believe he has got a hand. Then I can 4-bet ace queen, but that it happens seldom.